We know that Danny Rohl has worked for some big clubs and got some good contact. One of them might be going for a big club again. Hello and welcome to this video. If you could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when video go live. Talking Wednesday podcast is out on a Sunday at about 1 o'clock, so please go give that a watch. So we're going to talk about this. Danny Rohl's mentor, who came to one of the games, I believe it may have been Plymouth. It was either Plymouth, it was one of them. It was one of the games he came to. It might have been Norwich, I can't remember. It was one of them. Where he came to the game, and that is Hansi Flick. It looks like he could be going back to Bayern Munich. Now, remember, he left Bayern Munich to go be the German national squad. And here's the thing. We now know a little bit about Danny Rohl and what's going on behind the scenes with certain figures, and that's it. But if, say, someone does go to Bayern Munich, a certain Hansi Flick, because Bayern Munich were linked with, what's he called? Raf, the other person who worked very well with Danny Rohl, the RB Leipzig, he's known as like the godfather of modern day German football. My brain just gone with his name, it was there. Ralph Rangnick, that's it. And here's the thing. If you get people like that who's in a big job, like a situation like Bayern Munich, do you get a phone call from Danny going, "Hi, Hansi, is there any chance I can loan this youth team player or loan this player to come in at Wednesday?" There's a possibility of that. Now, that could be really good for Wednesday in the summer, because we could get some good players. And I got to remember, he was Flick's number 2 at Munich before they both went to Germany. And it would be interesting to see how we get on in this. He was at the Plymouth Argyle game, that's it. And they both seem to get the contact. And if, say, Sheffield Wednesday could get some loan player from it, it's a possibility. It could be a possibility you do that, where they want some player to go get some first team football. So they send them to us because there's a relationship there. There used to be a relationship with Sheffield Wednesday and Sir Alex Ferguson back in the day. Sir Alex Ferguson used to love sending Man United youth players to Sheffield Wednesday Football Club, because he used to say the atmosphere there gets them ready for Old Trafford, where you get them on you and there's always a full crowd going for it. So this could be really smart by Danny, if Hansi gets the job, to just go, "Hey, I'd like some play X, Y, and Z." And there's probably players in the youth academy which Danny already knows, kind of thing, because of his time there. You got to remember, he only left in 2021. So he will have been knowing about some youth team players who might still be there. And you're like, "I remember this, how they got on. We go out and scout him and have a look." It's interesting. It could be a good way for Wednesday to do this. But here's the thing. You never know. It could go the opposite that way. He might say, "I've got a player that I think is really good. It might be worth doing." While it seems very far-fetched that it could happen and it might happen, it's not against the world of possibilities. With the connections he's got in football, you want him to hit on some of them and try and bring in certain people. And the thing I got here is, I'm very interested to see how this transfer window, when it opens, goes, because we technically haven't seen a Danny Rohl player, if that makes sense. We haven't seen a Danny Rohl type of player. We've seen what he might like, i.e. in a Pervader, in a Ugbo. But we haven't seen what it is. This is going to be really an interesting window to see what kind of play brings up, what's he trying to do. You saw at the end and in parts of that Sunderland game, that quick one-touch passing to get past the person. It was very much in that model for the Liam Palmer goal, where it was very quick out of the back line into midfield, straight down a wing, and then gone that way. And I think you're going to want more of those kind of players who are confident on the ball to move it around a bit quicker. So as soon as the ball gone, so you've got a player, the ball gone, the player needs to make a move to go. And I think that's something I can see us looking at very much so, especially in the midfield. The squad does need a big rebuild. We know that. So it's going to be interesting to see where everything lies. Because right now, we still haven't had the retain list out. That's still something to be talked about. That doesn't really get sorted. That needs to get sorted by the 18th of May. Because the 18th of May comes around and that's not sorted, you've got to be careful. You don't want a situation like Massimo Luongo again. You want to make sure people who want to stay here. But maybe this is far-fetched. Maybe it's something you don't think about. But knowing what connection Danny's had in the clubs he's worked with in the past, Hansi Flick going back to Bayern Munich could be a blessing in disguise for getting in some players. So you never know. I think it's one of the ones you see what happens, see if he gets the job first. And then you see those conversations happen. Hansi Flick was very impressed with what he saw at Wednesday versus Plymouth. He was very impressed with how everything was going and how Danny was going. He had the photographs and the conversation. There was a very much that kind of, you've done well here so far. Keep it up. So maybe we see Hansi let us go, get us some players. Maybe not, but we'll see where it happens. But I think this week's videos have all been speculation, by the way. They've all been speculation. And I know some people don't like it. Some people only like it when the player's holding the shirt and it's done. For the longest time, I wouldn't touch speculation topic because until you don't want to know what happens, you want it to be official and it be done. And the reason a couple of years ago I started doing speculation topic, because I enjoy that what if, maybe this person might come, who's this we're looking at? I like that. And it's news. I am a fan channel. I read everything on Twitter. I read everything on social medias. I follow the news. I am a fan channel. So if something is going to be in the news about Wednesday, I am going to cover it. That's just the nature of what fan channels do. We cover every last little bit of news there is where you can when it comes to the club. Good or bad. I've covered bad news on here in the past. I've covered good news on here in the past. Please remember, it's a fan channel. It never was meant to be a fan channel, but that's what it turned into. And at the end of the day, if it's news, I will try and cover it. It might not be true. Something might not come of it. That's why it's called speculation. That's why it's called we'll see what happens kind of thing. So please remember that when you're leaving comments. I know there's been a little bit of back and forth with the how much it is. I've seen people say it's a bad idea to put a figure out there. I just want to give you this to reference, right? In terms of the money involved with it. And I think this is going to make it really interesting. These are managers who have had release clauses in their contract. Mario signed Napoli to Chelsea with 5 million. Koeman to Everton with 5 million. Rodgers to Liverpool with 5 million. Mourinho to Chelsea with 5.2. From Inter Milan to Real Madrid, Jose again 6.9. Ruben Amon to Sporting Lisbon 8.6. Brendan Rodgers again, Celtic to Liverpool 8.8. Arne Slot, who's just about to become the Liverpool manager, is 9.4. Then you've got the ridiculous prices with Boesch at 13.3, Potter at 21.5, and Bayern Munich getting in Julian Nagelsmann for 21.7. So it does happen. If say Danny and his team did go, that will put him in between a Boesch and an Arne Slot for 10 million. So it's not in the rounds of possibility of it happening. We don't want it to happen, but there's something there in place to protect the asset in case. So I just thought I'd mention that right at the end. But thank you for watching. See you in the next one, and I'll see you later.